was amazing. Alrighty, so we're into another VOD review. This time it gets another Lyonar. And I'm still stuck in the Silver Division over here in December season. I say stuck. I mean, I'm not really stuck. I just haven't been committing as much time as I should be. Did I not mulligan at all right there? I kind of do that a lot. When games start, I'll be like on Imager or something on my second screen and not paying attention to what's going on. I definitely would have mulligan that, or maybe I wasn't paying attention to the first mulligan that went through. But regardless, I still got a Silverguard Knight and 3-2 right there. So it's not terrible. Next turn, I'll probably mulligan the potion. Oh man, this is a long game. I'm looking at the time length, and it's like 15 to 20 minutes over here. But otherwise, I have a pretty good hand right here. It's not perfect. I'd love to have like a Tempest or Holy Immolation, some kind of spell to help be flexible in certain situations. And the 2-3 Healing Mystic, I think it's called, is always nice to have in your hand as well. Low cost, synergetic, stuff like that. So he's got himself off to a pretty good foot right now. Ooh, okay. Tempest is pretty good. So maybe attack with the my Silverguard Knight into his Silverguard Knight, and then Tempest. I almost did the Tempest first. That would have been awful. Yeah, you definitely want to attack first before you Tempest, and your Tempest kills your unit. He still got the 1-1 though, and like I explained in a past video, a Lyonar having a 1-1 is still incredibly powerful. Much more so than in a lot of other decks. Well, when I say a lot of other decks, I don't mean a lot, actually. Like, Songhai has the 1-1 range, which is incredibly powerful. You need to get rid of immediately. Abyssian has her 1-1s that proc, Death Watch and stuff like that. I guess it's just Magmar and Vanar, really. And Vitruvian, I guess. But if Vitruvian has a 1-1, isn't it a Dervish? Nah, I think they're 2-2s, actually. But regardless. A 1-1 with Lyonar is pretty strong. So as you can see, it's a pretty basic deck. You typically see that with the Bracer and the 2-6 Provoke guy. You can kind of assume that a lot of their cards are relatively starter. Which makes losses sting all the more. But also, it's also pretty inspiring. Because I have what you would consider, I guess a top tier deck. Maybe it's not top tier anymore. But it certainly was at one point. Going forward, I still have no spells, which can be troubling. But I do have board control, despite going second. Towards the mid and late game, that doesn't really matter. But you do have to keep in mind, whoever has board control dictates the pace of the game. So he's got a mercenary. Sun, I think it's called like Sun something mercenary. For a lot. Oh wow, that lucky draw, man. Wait, was that lucky? I don't know. Maybe he just used that, or is it random? I don't know if it's random. One is random and one's the most recent used, I think, and I think that's the random one. But yeah, that was a really lucky draw to pull that. It did heal him for 8, but getting rid of it is it's pretty big, especially considering I don't have a lot of I think the martyrdom is my only hard removal, and I only have one other silence in the deck, so getting rid of that would have been pretty difficult. And I actually stopped running that entirely in any decks because people were so prone to being able to get rid of it. It's like, kind of like that. What just happened, actually. Pretty frustrating. Okay, so Golem. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a pretty basic deck. I hope I come out and win this game. So for cards like that, you typically have to worry about them too much. There's no effect on them, so it's just a matter of getting through the raw stats. And I have no spells still, but I do have a heal, so that's a bit of damage. Nice. I love seeing that effect of damaging multiple people. So I pretty much have to take the hit right here, I think. I should take the hit. Oh wow, I'm going for face on him. And just completely ignoring the golem. Even though, I guess I decided to do that because the golem could just attack the sunriser for free right after. And my guy would still be damaged for nothing. So he's going to trade his golem over. Or I say trade, but it's still alive. I guess I could have attacked it so he would have been forced to do it, and then he can't heal it or use it for anything else. But then he could have done that before anyway, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. And surprisingly, I didn't attack the Windblade Adept or attack him. I guess I felt that put me too low. I think I definitely should have attacked the Windblade Adept. If I could have even attacked, which may have been why I didn't at all. I don't know. Ah, Divine Bond on that guy hurts. At least it's not on an Iron Cliff Guardian. He's just kind of burning me lower and lower. But I do have a potion in my inventory. My inventory. God. I'm playing too many RPGs, man. So I have 8 mana, so I can easily do a 4. Ooh, that's nice. So I definitely want to get the Sunriser out. Okay. I guess that's an okay placement. I mean, that 8/6 is pretty much a priority right now. So I do that dude, heal myself. What did I use right there? Oh, potion. Okay, do 2 more damage. And then I attack him for that too? Yeah. So I get board control. And my health is actually not that low, compared to his at least. So long as there's not too much of a gap, I think it's fine. And I still have that Sunriser out. And it's good that I have a Sunbloom right now. So if he tries the Iron Cliff, I can just get rid of it. Or if he tries to go for another mercenary. I don't think I ever took more than like 1 or 2 though, so I doubt he might. I doubt that many other people do either. Oh wow, the heal's coming through. Another golem. That's a lot of health to get through. 3, 6, 12 health to get through. Plus it's already 12 health. Oh wow, I'll get rid of it. I think that was a bad decision. I shouldn't have mulliganed that. He kind of put me in an awkward position because I can't get more than 2 targets. If he had left that space open, or somehow, or switched the places of the golem and the 2/3, I could have put it in a better place. But as it is, it kind of got shoehorned into what I got. Probably, I don't know if it was a conscious decision, but it was a good one. So it looks like I can get rid of the golem, which is good. And I still have a pretty massive front line right here. Well, not massive. It's pretty big. And he's at low health. So it's just a matter of not messing anything up too much. Because I don't think he has any surprises. Like, if he had that, I think it's the 712... I forget, but it's the legendary that switches your general out. That would have been a problem. I should not have gotten rid of that Sun Bloom. I don't think I actually have to use it, but you definitely want to keep that in the mid to late game. It completely nullifies a lot of dangerous legendaries. It's a pretty beefy unit, but you have to remember it has no effect. No, no card effect, not any like, oh, this card is nothing, not like that. And the problem with Lyonar too is that come late game, you're pretty much relying on like early damage and early board control to kind of push you through the rest of the game. But if you don't have either of those, I actually have one. I have one of those conditions, but I don't really have a way to combat a lot of people's end game, which is where Lyonar really falls apart. Because typically you'll use your martyrdom and holy immolations early to get that board control. But if you end up not actually getting it, you're in a really bad position. Because you can't deal with like the Sylvari Elders or the 8/8s or whatever else is out there, or Mechazor and stuff like that. And I say stuff like that a lot. I gotta stop saying that. So I got double Holy Immolation, which is actually going to get rid of that 8/8 he's got. It's a bit of a waste, but I did get rid of it, and I still have my 4/4. But I lost my very key spell, which is not good. But he is at 5 health, so he's very close to dying. And I still have 14. So looks like the video is about to end here pretty soon. So I doubt that I lose. It'd be very surprising. Especially since I have 6 health and heals waiting in my action bar. So I was able to deal with this 8/8. But just barely. And stuff like Divine Bond and Iron Cliffs is a great way to push you past the end game. But typically, there's not a whole lot of space in the Lyonar deck to fit those kind of cards. And relying on getting both those cards and 2 cards on your action bar out of 6 out of a deck of 40 is pretty rare unless you hold on to one or the other. And then by that point, it's just kind of dead cards in your hand. Which is why there's so many like Emerald Rejuvenators, that 2/3. And Sunrisers, and these other relatively low cost cards. So you don't have to rely on wombo comboing. Oh wow, I'm at 4 health right now. I didn't even realize. Oh, but is that game over right there? Yeah. Yay. I don't often use the +2 attack buff on that guy. It worked out though.